Well, hi there and welcome. My name is Rebecca Weaver, and I'm going to be going over some mixture applications today. We're going to be looking at the weight of pure alcohol in different solutions. So let's say in solution 1, our percent of alcohol is 53%. The weight of the solution in grams is 75. So we have 75 grams of a solution, and 53% of that is alcohol. What's the weight of pure alcohol in grams? You're just going to say 53% of that 75. And then you would change that percent to a decimal, multiply, and you'd get 39.75 grams. Let's look at solution 2. Say we have 3% of alcohol in a solution, and the weight of the solution, I don't know what it is. It's X. So what's the weight of the pure alcohol in grams? Well, what you'll need to do is just say 3% times X. Change that 3% to a decimal. That would be 0.03x. And that's all you can do with that. Just say it's 0.03 times however much you got. Solution 3. Let's say that we have percent of alcohol as 5.3%. The weight of solution in grams is 100 minus x. What's the weight of pure alcohol in grams? You'll just take that 5.3%, multiply it by 100 minus x, that entire quantity. Well, I got to change that percent to a decimal so I can play with it. So I would change that to 0.053 and then multiply it by the quantity 100 minus x. All right, so we're going to be a chemistry professor here. We are going to mix up a solution. We've got 2 beakers, one with yellow and one with blue in our little picture here, and we're going to mix it into an Erlenmeyer flask. Let's see what we got to do. We've poured 20 grams of 15% alcohol into a large mixing container. So let's just say that's the yellow on the left. Poured 20 grams of 15% solution into this flask. I have plenty of 5% alcohol solution on hand. That's in the blue. I need to mix up 6.25% alcohol solution. So when I get finished in this flask in here, I want 6.25% alcohol solution. So how much of the 5% or how much of the blue do I need to pour into the mixing container to make it 6.25%? Now remember that originally I've got 15%. I want to dilute that 15% down to get it to 6.25%. So first up, in solution 1, exactly what's the weight of pure alcohol that I've got in there? Well, the percent of alcohol is 15%. The weight of the solution is 20%. So the weight of pure alcohol in grams, I'll just do what I did before. 15% times that 20 is 0.15 times 20, and I get 3 grams of pure alcohol in that Erlenmeyer flask. So how much am I putting in there? Well, the percent of alcohol is 5%. The weight of the solution in grams, I don't know what that is because I don't know how much I need to put in there. Well, I'll take that percent of alcohol, which is a 6.25%. The weight of the solution in grams is going to be 20 plus however much I put in there because, I'm putting 20 from the solution 1. I'm putting X amount from solution 2, so the weight of the mixture is just going to be 20 plus X. What's the weight of the pure alcohol in grams? That's going to be the 6.25%, because that's what I want, times the total weight of this mixture solution. So that's 20 plus X. I'll just make sure I change that 6.25% to a decimal, and then I'll leave it like that. Now, the weight of solution 1 plus the weight of solution 2 in terms of pure alcohol equals the weight of the mixture in terms of pure alcohol. So I'll just say that's 3 plus, I'm just taking these answers here, 3 plus the 0.05x equals 0.0625 times that 20 plus x. Now, I finally have my equation. So I'm going to take and solve that equation for x. The first thing I'll do is distribute my 0.0625 on the right, and I'll get 3 plus 0.05x equals 1.25 plus 0.0625x. I'm going to subtract 0.05x from both sides, and when I do that, I'll get that 3 equals 1.25 plus 0.0125x. I'll then subtract 1.25 from both sides, giving me 1.75 equals 0.0125x. I don't really like it written that way, so I like to kind of just write it with my x on the left, just keeping things the same side. But this way, I'll divide both sides by the 0.0125, and I'll get that x equals 140. Well, what does this mean? This means that I'd need to pour 140 grams of the 5% solution into the mixer in order to get that 6.25% solution that I'm wanting. So 140 grams of the blue in there. All right. If you have any questions on these, be sure and email me. Remember, the key is always to get that weight of the alcohol each time. All right. Have a wonderful day.